Today, the Premier League is back, and I'm going to start giving my weekly predictions every Friday of how I think the games are going to go, what score they're going to be, and obviously then who wins. So let's start off with the first game of the Premier League, which is Liverpool versus Bournemouth. The champions, the Reds, the absolute kings of England versus Bournemouth. Okay. I have to give the big intro, didn't I, being a Liverpool fan? Right, I'm going to go with... Oh, it could be anything, to be honest with you. I don't really know how Bournemouth are going to do this season. I mean, they've just lost pretty much their whole defence. So is the new defence going to gel as well? I don't know. I feel like I can only see this being a Liverpool win. So I'm going to say Liverpool are going to win this game. The scoreline, though, literally it could be 1-0, it could be 3-1, it could be 6-0, it could be 4-3. It could be anything. It could literally be anything. I'm going to go with 4-0. 4-0 Liverpool. That is going to be my first prediction of the season. And yeah, I guess tonight we'll find out if I'm right. Goal scorer wise, I'm going to go with Salah's going to get one because he loves an opening day goal. I'm going to say Ekitike with 2 and Wirtz with the last one. That's it. So 4-0 Liverpool, Salah, Ekitike double and Wirtz. Lovely stuff. Next up is a really interesting game. Battle of the PSR. It is Aston Villa versus Newcastle at 12:30 on the Saturday. I really don't know which way this could go. They're both pretty much, level with each other of how good they are. They've both got great starting lineups, but maybe weaker benches. I feel like Newcastle does have slightly better starting lineup, but maybe Villa has slightly better depth. I don't know. It's hard, really. I can't quite remember the full squads to give that full opinion, but that's what I'll go with for now. Screw it. It looks like Newcastle are finally starting to make signings. I know Villa have made a £28 million signing recently. I can't remember the lad's name, but I think he's just going to be a backup striker. I think he is. What do I fancy for this? It is at Villa Park. No Isak for Newcastle. There's a bit of, bit of a mood surrounding it because of the whole saga surrounding the club even. I'm going to go with 2-1 Villa. That's it. I'm going 2-1 Villa. I'm going to go with Morgan Rogers, an Alanga debut goal, and should we just go with it? Oh, no, Morgan Rogers is injured, actually. I think he's injured, thinking about it. So, no, not Morgan Rogers. Not Morgan Rogers. So, have a quick look. I'll go with... You know what? I'll go with Tielemans. Tielemans with a goal. He's not a prolific goal scorer, but we'll throw him out there. And Watkins. There you go. An Alanga debut goal. That's what I'm going to go with. So yeah, 2-1 Villa for the 12:30 kickoff tomorrow. It's going to be so wrong, I know it is. Alright, next up we have Tottenham versus Burnley. Now, Tottenham actually look quite decent against PSG. I know PSG have only been a week back in training, but even then, they've still got some brilliant players, haven't they? I mean, they're PSG, Champions League winners. And Spurs give them a good game. I mean, 2-0 up. They just looked knackered by the end of the game, didn't they? But they're against Burnley, and I think Burnley are really going to struggle. They might give Derby a run for their money of the worst points tally ever. They could do it. I think they're straight back to the Championship this season, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with, because I think he looked quite good, I'm going to go with 3-0 Tottenham. I think Richarlison's going to get one. I think, who else could get a goal? I think Romero could get another goal, because I like their set pieces, actually. So I'll go Romero, Richarlison, and if they play the 5 at the back again, I'll go Jed Spence, because he looked like he had a good game. So that'll be it. So those 3 are my goal scorers: Richarlison, Jed Spence, and Romero. 3-0 Spurs. Burnley start, and how the season's going to carry on. Another newly promoted team, we have Sunderland, and they will be against West Ham. Now, I think Sunderland are going to fare slightly better than Burnley. Whether they survive, I'm not sure. I hope they do. West Ham are just one of them teams, aren't they? Where they could literally finish anywhere. I think they won't get relegated, but they could finish anywhere between like 15th and 8th. Like, they've got some good players. They've got Bowen, Fulkrug. He's hit and miss. He's literally the perfect definition. If a player could be a club, Fulkrug is West Ham. He can have brilliant days and he can have awful days. And last season he was pretty much awful. Yeah, they've got some good players. I'm going to go, first game of the season, Stadium of Light, 2-1 Sunderland. I'm going to go, let's have a look who I want to pick. I'll just have a quick look at their team, see who I want to pick. So I'm gonna say Bowen's gonna get a goal for West Ham because it's Bowen, and I kind of want to pick Lafay to score. Oh, we'll go with Mayenda and Lafay. I like Lafay, so I'm gonna go with those two or Lafay. How the hell did you say his name? I'm gonna go with those two to get their goals for Sunderland, and Bowen to get the goal for West Ham. 2-1, flying start for Sunderland, but will it continue? Who bloody knows? And the last game of the 3 o'clocks on Saturday is Brighton versus Fulham. Now, again, these are very even teams. It's a bit like the Newcastle Villa game, where they're probably about each other's level, maybe one slightly better than the other. I'm going to go with my first draw, I think. I'm going to go with a nice 1-1 draw. I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Matoma. Just looking at the team quickly. Matoma and Harry Wilson. Matoma and Harry Wilson both score 1-1. Just a standard Prem game. Not bad. Nothing great about it. Maybe a decent goal. But yeah, just a nice 1-1 draw for that one. We've got to get a draw in somewhere, haven't we? We can't just keep predicting winners. Wolves versus Man City. I think this is where we will see City really turn up. First game of the season, they'll be trying to set the tone for a good season rather than, ended up like last season's did. I can't actually remember what they did first game of the season last year. They probably won, didn't they? But yeah, I'm going to go with City absolutely bulldozing Wolves. I'm going to go I think they'll concede 4-1. 4-1. I think they will just batter them. I think Strand Larson will get the goal for Wolves. I'm happy with that. But then I think Haaland will get 2. I think Doku or something like that might get 1, and then like a Gundogan goal if he's playing, or because Rodri's injured again, isn't he? So it's hard to say like who they're actually going to start. It could be like a Foden maybe getting a goal. But yeah, I think at least Haaland 2. I think Doku for some reason in my head will get 1. Who do you want for the last one? Screw it, Gundogan. Yeah, we'll go Gundogan. He likes a goal. Screw it. 4-1 City. On to Sunday, and we start with Chelsea versus Palace. Now, both had good summers. Chelsea won the Club World Cup, and obviously Palace won the FA Cup at the end of last season, and then the Community Shield this weekend, just gone. So, it's awkward one with Palace, doesn't it, where they might lose probably their 2 best players before the end of the window in Eze and Gay. But right now, they haven't moved. So, they've got a good chance here against Chelsea, but I think Chelsea might just be slightly too strong. They might just be too much. I know obviously Palace beat Liverpool, and you think, well, Liverpool the league champions and the favourites maybe going into this league, but it was only a friendly at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go with 2-1 Chelsea, Cole Palmer and João Pedro, and I will go with just a Mateta goal. So there you go, 2-1 Chelsea is what I'm going for. Nottingham Forest versus Brentford. I think both teams will have a significantly worse season in the league this year. I think Forest will drop right down to probably where maybe they should be in terms of like what we all thought they might do last season, where it would be like I don't think they'll get relegated, but I think they'll come like 14, 15, something like that. I can't remember what I put in my prediction now. Brentford though, I am worried for Brentford. I think it could be a relegation season, and I'm gonna go with. I actually think they could start with a draw here. I'm gonna go with a 2-2 draw. First game of the season, things can happen. The magic of the Premier League. So yeah, I'm going to go with 2-2 draw. I'm going to go with Gibbs White and Chris Wood. Nice and simple. Keep it simple for Forest. And I will go with Damsgaard and Shade. How do you say his name? I can't remember. I think it's Shard, maybe. I think those two will be the goal scorers for Brentford. But yeah, 2-2. But I do think Brentford could be in for a world of hurt this season. Next up, probably the biggest game of the weekend is Manchester United versus Arsenal. It is at Old Trafford, and we get to see how Victor Gyökeres gets on in the Premier League, and also how United's new front line looks. Now, United, I think, they've done great recruitment in terms of their front line. It's just the rest of the team that I'm worried about, really. I mean, the defence doesn't fill me with confidence. The midfield just doesn't look like it has enough about it. But playing in the system of 5 at the back, like Amorim wants, there could be enough protection. It's very difficult, though, isn't it? I mean, Arsenal now have a striker that they desperately needed, but they don't have a left winger like they desperately needed, whether it's going to be Martinelli or Madueke playing out there. I don't really know what they're going to do this season. I would have thought they would have got a striker and left winger, but they just got the striker. It's really difficult, isn't it? Really difficult, because it could go either way. It depends on how good Arsenal play. If Arsenal play to their ability, they'll win. Simple as that. But you never know. You really never know when you go to Old Trafford, do you? It's just one of them things. They could be great one week, awful the next. So I'm gonna go 2-2 again. Another 2-2 draw. I'm gonna go with Saka and Gabriel. Saka and Gabriel. And I'm gonna go with Sesko and Cunha. That's gonna be my goal scorers. 2-2. Yeah, don't know. That one's probably the toughest choice of the weekend. And finally, we have Leeds versus Everton. I know Leeds have made some big signings, like they've liked the tall players this summer, but I'm just not sure about them. I'm really not. And it's weird because you think they won the championship and they're well clear of Sunderland, and so were Burnley. But I just feel like Sunderland got the best chance out of the three teams, and I don't know why. But I'm just really not sure about them. And Everton. They're under Moyes. I think they'll be just like a solid Prem team this season. I think they'll be a better team than they were last year overall. But I'm still like not convinced they'll have a great year. I think they'll just do okay. I don't really know what to go for. I'm gonna go with 2-0 Everton. I'm gonna go with Ndai and Dewsbury Hall. Ndai and Dewsbury Hall to score. That's the last game of the weekend, and that's what I'm going for. 2-0 Everton, away at Ellen Road. Good start to the season for them, and yeah, we'll see. I mean, they could be right up for it, though, the Leeds fans, and it could get the team into it, and it could end up like a 1-1 draw. I just don't know. I'll stick with it. 2-0. Stick with 2-0, even though 1-1 draw is that'll be my safety option, but 2-0 Everton. And yeah, that is it. That is my predictions for the Premier League this weekend. Let me know what you think in the comments below, what your predictions are. And yeah, we'll come back next week and we'll see how many I got right. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.